Good morning. No, I do not wear this bathrobe every day. I only wear it when I'm filming because otherwise I would just not have any clothes on. So here we are. Good morning. Not sponsored. This wonderful dry shampoo was on sale at Walgreens. And that's a win for me because usually it's like $10 and I mean the tag said it was supposed to be $4.99, but they charged me $6.99, but it's still better than $9.99. And I don't feel like arguing with Walgreens cashiers. You know what I mean? It's not their fault. They scanned the shit. It rang up as what it did. I'm not gonna stand there for fucking 10 minutes holding up a fucking line. I mean, yeah, I guess some people would. Some people are, and I guess I should be more concerned about my spending. But, I still got it on sale. I just watched the Nosy House Brows makeup tutorial and I feel inspired to do my own. So step one is not sponsored. You want to take an allergy pill because a runny nose will really fuck up your whole look. And then we're going to put on some of this chapstick. Not dry anymore. And then we're gonna put on sunglasses so nobody can see that part of our face. We're done. Finished look. Do you love it? Well, this is going to be tricky because I'm trying to get somewhere in rush hour and we're gonna have to make one of those sketchy left turns. But, so yesterday I found out that I've got, $500 worth of unpaid medical bills from Austin Regional Clinic. And I thought, well, that's weird. I had good insurance at the time, and I know I paid my copay. It should have all been covered, and I never saw these bills. And I thought about it, and I remember, I did get one of these bills. I thought that it was weird that, bills from around the time they're saying these bills happened. I thought it was weird getting that bill because it should have been covered by my insurance. It was, and I didn't know this at the time, but I learned yesterday, a single shot of B12 at a doctor's visit, right? One single shot of B12. I was told that I was supposed to get them monthly because of my B12 deficiency. Well, they billed my insurance over $1,100 just for the single shot. And Blue Cross Blue Shield said, we're not going to pay over $1,100 just for her getting one shot. So, I guess that's why I got a bill for $200 something. And I remember getting that bill and I paid it. I never saw any of these other bills. I never saw any of these statements. So, all right, this morning I get to work and I'm just frustrated and irritated because I'd found out this stuff with these outstanding bills, and I'm talking to my desk neighbor about it, and I'm bitching. I'm not bitching. I'm shit talking. And this chick from another department, who I love this girl. She's really cool. She understands me, and I really, really relate to her. But she comes over. And she overhears this and she's like, oh my God, dude. Same thing happened to me with Austin Regional Clinic. And I was like, shit, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Austin Regional Clinic. They did that to me. She goes on to tell me that they're still trying to come after her for some weird bill that she never got from 2006. 2006. And I said, what? How did that happen? And she says, well, when I had my daughter in 2006, and I took my kid to all of her checkups, and I took her to ARC for all of those checkups. And by the time my kid was 5 years old, I took her in for, her I'm 5-year-old checkup. And that's when they said, by the way, you owe us, so many $100 back from when you gave birth in 2006. She'd been going there for 5 years, not knowing that they were still trying to make her pay money from when her daughter was born. And she said, hell no. It is wild. So apparently, they're still to this day trying to come after her. So my thoughts were, I was like, oh, well, debt's supposed to go away after 7 years. I talked to her about it, and she says, no, that doesn't go away with them because they keep it in-house. They don't send it to any kind of official collections, so it won't show up on your credit, but they're never, ever going to stop asking for it. And so after talking to her for a while and just being like, fuck, dude, like, if your daughter's 14 now and they still want several $100s from the day she was born, no. And it still hasn't shown up on your credit, I'm not paying these people. This is ridiculous. And, as she said, same thing, that like it was something that her insurance had covered, should have covered, and the bill that she was supposed to have gotten was like, I don't know, she never got it. And they waited 5 years to tell her. So I looked at the Better Business Bureau. There are 10 complaints filed with the Better Business Bureau against Austin Regional Clinic. And you know what they all have to do with? Fuck shit billing. Like, not to mention, like, several of them have, like, horrible service involved. Like, getting... But, like, so, okay, one example was a person called up and said they needed to get a checkup, and they also needed to see someone who could authorize refills for a medication, since I guess they were like switching providers or whatever. And the person they spoke to when they called the ARC said, okay, we can get you in with this doctor. This doctor can do both of these things. I think she needed a refill on some medication, and then she also like needed a pap smear. Well, she gets to the appointment, and the doctor says, well, no, I don't do pap smears, and no, I am not authorized to refill that particular medication. So basically, they got nothing out of the appointment. Well, they'd paid their copay, and her insurance got billed for the appointment even though no services were provided. And then she also got a bill sent to her saying, this is the outstanding balance not covered by your insurance. That's just a specific one. There are 10 others that are very long, and the ARC has replied to a few of the Better Business Bureau, BBB, complaints themselves, and each time the person who filed the complaint says, I reject this. I reject your solution or your explanation. So I'm starting to theorize that, like, they're plotting and scheming. Shut up, nobody asked you. Nobody's impressed by your loud ass car, man. Anyway, so considering they told me when I asked for more details of these past due charges, and they told me that they charged over $1,100 just for a shot of B12, I was like, okay, they've got to be like overbilling the insurance, which is why the insurance says, we're not going to pay for all that. And that's when they go, cool, we're going to bill the rest of it to, let's be real, we're not patients. We're customers. So, and that also, like, the fact that they keep their billing in-house and it doesn't affect your credit on any level. The fact that they've been going after my coworker for 14 years. The fact that they have 10 complaints, open complaints with the Better Business Bureau that all involve their weird billing bullshit. The fact that they have their own collections, by the way, but they never sent me the bills. They never sent me the statements. They never let me know when it was going to collections. I never got a phone call or a voicemail about any of it. And they waited 7 years to even tell me. They didn't try to collect. So what are they doing? Right? Like, either way, I think they can milk the insurance for as much as they can, and if they're lucky, they can get the customers to all pay that outstanding balance, right? Because people are scared of medical bills going to collections, ending up on their credit, right? I think that's fucking weird. So, I canceled my appointment with the cancer center because I'm sick of dealing with their bullshit. I have an appointment with a gynecologist who is able to do the BRCA testing that I also need to get done, so just killing two birds with one stone. The cancer center is a whole mess, and I don't ever want to deal with them again. So if I get cancer, I'm never going there. God, they're terrible. Very disorganized. So I canceled my appointment with them, and I'm keeping my appointment with the gynecologist at Austin Regional Clinic because she has treated two of my family members and they really liked her. But what I did was and maybe this is petty as fuck of me, but you know what? I have talked about this before. I work accounts payable, and I will be petty as fuck and bring all the receipts if I have to. If some dumb company AR department comes at me with some bullshit, I have receipts, motherfuckers. We paid these bills. You cashed the checks, and I have the bank records to prove it. So, me, being a petty bitch, I was like, well, what kind of receipts can I prove or provide? Because they haven't provided me with any receipts. I haven't seen these bills. I haven't seen an itemized invoice. I'm not going to pay it. So, I printed out every single page of the Better Business Bureau's website of complaints specifically about this business, and all of them being about their shady billing practices. I'm gonna take them to my appointment with me. And if they try to say any of that shit in person, I'm going to demand copies of these invoices, and I want them itemized. I want them to tell me what the appointments were for, who the appointment was with, what services were provided, what my insurance covered, what my insurance did not cover. Because I didn't get any explanation of benefits from my insurance provider at that time. I save things. I save paper. If it seems official or important, it lives in a special document box in my house. I even have like aftercare instructions from a million years ago. I have all of the paperwork from both my abortions still. Those were miserable times. Why would I keep that? Because I saved that shit. Might be important someday. So, hopefully they just won't say anything when I go to my appointment and oh shit, don't smoke, it's bad for you. Hopefully they won't say anything when I go to my appointment. But if they do, I'm bringing printouts of all of their Better Business Bureau complaints that are unresolved. I'm going to say, this is all of your complaints. Every single one of them is about your shady billing practices. And demand that they provide me documentation. Because if that's the case, I can talk to the insurance company. I still have the same one, different policy, but same one. So hopefully they'll just leave me alone, because it's never gonna go on my credit that it goes unpaid, and I think they do that for a reason. I don't know, what do y'all think? Because I think this is shady as fuck. Because just someone in my office overhearing me talking about it and not even knowing what it was or anything, and they just went, "Oh my god, dude, that happened to me with Austin Regional Clinic." And I was like, that's who I'm talking about. And the fact they have 10 Better Business Bureau complaints that are unresolved, because when I talked to my mom about it, she's continued to just be terrified and be like, "Give me the bill, I'll pay it, give me the bill, I'll pay it, I take responsibility, I'll pay it." She's got the wrong hospital. And is this my turn? No. My mom is scared of this because she really thinks it needs to be paid, which is I think is how they milk their customers, not patients. Never know. Because they know that people are scared of having unpaid bills. So, and they offer these payment plans. So if you have to give them $10 a month for the next 40 years of your life, they'll be right there to take it. I don't know much about this, but it seems really shady to me. So if anybody who watches this and has any thoughts, please let me know. I mean, don't like and don't subscribe, but like, genuinely, I would really like the input, because I've never dealt with anything weird like this before. And I never had any other healthcare provider bill my insurance and bill me before. I mean, I went to the only other time was when I went to, I had to get an MRI, and even after insurance, I was still going to have to pay like $600 up front before the procedure. Thought that was a little weird, but whatever. And then when I fucked up my foot and I went to like an urgent care, they did send me a bill a couple months later that was like, I think $25 for the crutches. I thought that was petty, but ultimately I paid it. So, I think it's shady as shit. So after I looked at the Better Business Bureau, I started looking up Google reviews, because I thought, okay, what do people have to say here? Because there's probably more. Most people don't think to go to the Better Business Bureau. They think to go to Yelp and Google. Or Facebook. So I was like, cool, I'm going to look at the Google reviews. Google reviews are real bad. They are real bad. And I didn't find any that were necessarily about the billing situation, because again, I think those are the people that are just scared of bills and would just pay them. Most of the reviews were like, the doctors will be an hour to an hour and a half late on your scheduled appointments. Nobody there cares about you. Nobody in reception cares about you. They just want to get you the fuck out of there as fast as they can. Which, like, I don't have high expectations for doctors, right? Because, I don't think I've had good experiences with doctors, like, ever in my life. Really. Most of it's been pretty bad, so that's why I don't go to psychiatrists anymore. I go to licensed nurse practitioners, because
feel like they're a little bit nicer. I don't know. I really don't go to the doctor a lot, but I mean, yeah, doctors suck. So I guess I was kind of surprised that people were like, these doctors didn't listen to me and they were rude. And I'm like, well, I don't think I've ever really met a doctor who listened to me and wasn't rude on some level. I don't know. So yeah, that's an update for now, but the plot thickens, it gets wilder. I'm sorry for the bird noise. I don't know what's happening here, but I am way up in North Austin, getting close to Pflugerville, and I've heard that up around here, the birds get real nuts. And I've come to this HEB Plus hoping, God, yeah, birds everywhere, hoping that they'll have some kind of a tofurkey that I can get for Thanksgiving, because, like, you know, it's Thanksgiving's next week, and I want to get a tofurkey before they run out. So if I have anything to say when we get out of this grocery store, if we make it out alive, we might get attacked by birds. You never know. We might get attacked by 2 kids in a trench coat. Never safe. Alright, so I might be back. Okay. Shoot. I realized that I never said Happy International Men's Day. We love you guys. I hope it was a good day for you all, and I hope you feel appreciated. This morning when I saw the Happy International Men's Day tag on Twitter, I thought, is someone making fun of men again and jumping on that we hate men, yes all men thing? And I clicked the tag, and no, it was a bunch of people like being really nice. And I guess the holiday was established in the early 90s when they were like, hey dude, men are committing a bunch of suicide, and toxic masculinity is damaging to them, and we need to support them. And like, fuck yes we do. Like, we gotta help our dudes. But I told my boyfriend this morning, hippity hoppity happity International Men's Day, and he thought I was joking, and he chuckled and he said, babe, every day is International Men's Day. So I'm glad he can make self-deprecating privileged white man jokes, but no, like, I was just like, hey dude, like, you know, if you've needed to cry for 40 years, you should probably cry. It's okay. You know? Go to therapy if you need it. Talk about your feelings. Be vulnerable and open. Like, you're a human. You get to act like a human. So I do really appreciate that we have this day for men. I am embarrassed that I didn't know about it. And in fact, I don't think I actually knew about Women's Day before my sister started telling me Happy Women's Day a few years ago. You know, be excellent to each other. So I'm getting tailed by some cars with their lights on, and it's taken a lot in me to not just like flip all of my mirrors in opposite directions and just coast home. But I want to thank you for listening, and I think forgiveness is really important, so I want you to forgive yourself for the time that you have wasted watching this video. Don't smoke. It is bad for you. And have a good day.